Hey y'all, for those of y'all who don't know me, my name is Nikki. I go by Nikki the Healer. I am a three-time, as you can see behind me, certified Reiki healer, sound therapist, whichever one you want to call it, master manifester, psychic, intuitive reader, empathic reader. I'm really just that girl when it comes to that healing stuff, for real. So in today's video, I'm gonna go into depth about what Reiki does for the body. I have seen so many videos talking about Reiki symbols, how Reiki make you feel, but nobody really breaks it down what it really does to the body. So today we're gonna get into that, and then I want to touch base on a little bit on how it became what it is today, a little bit of how it started. So for those of y'all who don't care about where I've been, y'all can skip a little bit. But for those of y'all who care, yes, I've been gone like 3 months. Yes. I was gone like 3 months. Go ahead and get it out. I was about to unsubscribe. You ain't no real YouTuber. Just go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it. Okay, y'all. So, y'all, I had like a brain fog for like 30 days. So I didn't post a video for 30 days. I'm just was like, how much in depth of Reiki can I go? Like this is getting to the point where I don't know what else to say. How much can I explain it? So I went through that, and then I was going on a work trip for 45 days. So girl, then I came back, and of course it was just bad. It was just real bad at that point. But now I'm back and I'm better, and I'm hoping to stay more consistent. And if I do have to disappear, it won't be for 3 months though. But I'm back and I'm better. Anyway, I'm back and I'm better. And I'm hoping to give y'all better and more content. And don't comment y'all what y'all want to see too. Help a sister out. I'm just starting out and I already need help. But no, help a sister out on what y'all want to see. All right, so let's get into the video on what Reiki does to the body. So there's so many different energy healing methods out here. If you're just now getting into your journey of energy healing, it's really hard, and could be overwhelming on what method you want to go with. So what Reiki does is it promotes a state of deep relaxation. So a lot of your natural healers, your herbalists, and people who if you study natural healing, natural medicine, a lot of it will talk about stress and the importance of relaxing your body. So it doesn't matter how much medicine you're taking to control your stress level. Once you get the body at a high stress level than you normally keep it at, like you're bound to experience some suicidal thoughts, and hopefully you don't act on them. If you're causing stress to the body and the heart is having to do more work than it normally does to pump, eventually you're gonna fracture or damage a vessel or something, and can cause you to have a heart attack. So deep relaxation is the first step of healing. So Reiki is the first step of healing. What Reiki does is it tells the body it's in a deep relaxation state. So once the body is told I'm in a deep relaxation state, the brain begins to release endorphins. Those endorphins go and they're relaxing the entire body. They're relaxing your muscles. They're getting everything relaxed. And I do want to add, because I have talked about sound healing in other videos and how it sends signals to relax certain parts of the body. The difference between the sound healing and Reiki is sound healing, depending on what hertz you're using, what note, frequency, even colors can send certain signals to the brain. It's relaxing certain parts of the body. So it's important to know what hertz you're using and what note you're using, and so on and so forth. Whereas Reiki is relaxing the entire body. It's relaxing the nervous system, the muscles, everything. It's getting everything relaxed. The feet, the hips, everything. So once the brain is sending those messages to the body to relax the entire body, your muscles begin to relax and create more space in between your cells. Space in between your cells increase circulation. So once the blood is flowing, blood flow elevates the oxygen levels throughout the body. For my people who know Dr. Sebi, if you don't know Dr. Sebi, you must have been living under a rock. But for those of y'all who don't know Dr. Sebi, he is a holistic healer, a natural healer, and he's been known to heal a lot of diseases and illness that has been said that has never been cured. So in one of his videos, and fingers crossed I can find it, y'all, he talks about bringing oxygen in the body.
And it is oxygen that the body needs.
Okay.
Not rice or beans or a piece of meat. It needs oxygen.
Now, people might say that you can do Reiki by yourself and it's nothing but meditation, but sometimes it's hard to do it on your own, y'all. Sometimes it's hard, and Reiki is a skill, and it has to be mastered, and it has to be practiced in order to be mastered. And sometimes when you're at those high stressful levels, you can't meditate on your own. You can't put yourself in that relaxation state. Or sometimes if you never practice the skill and hone your skill, then you definitely can't put yourself in that state of relaxation on your own. How many times have you tried to meditate and your mind begin to race? You come out of your meditation within the first 2-3 minutes, you say forget it, and you don't even do it anymore. It's a skill, and you're not on this earth alone, so you can't do everything alone. Reiki gets your mind and your body to relax. It makes you be in that state of deep relaxation. Oxygen levels accelerates the blood flow in the body as well. Once the blood flow is accelerated, it allows more nutrients to be absorbed in the body. So when you're going and getting your energy healing, a lot of healers, natural healers, may tell you to eat light, or they may give you like water and like healthy small refreshments before your session. You're normally in that state of deep relaxation, and the energy is constantly moving in your body for 24 to 48 hours. So it matters what you eat before, because those nutrients will be absorbed in the body. All the toxins will be pulled out, of course, if you have eaten something bad. But if you've eaten something better, you're bound to have a better experience. You just ate some nutrients and you're allowing them to be absorbed better in the body than they were before. Nutrients is being absorbed more efficiently. Enzymes are being built in the body for proper digestion. Your hormones are regulated. So for my girlies who may have PCOS, ovary cysts, it will regulate your hormones. So if you're on your period, you may feel like you have less cramps. You may feel like your blood flow is not as heavy. Toxins are being released out the body, so that overthinking, that negative energy that's attracted itself to you, that heaviness feeling is all being removed. Healthy cells begin to regenerate. So a lot of people will say, you'll hear a lot of natural healers say how the body can self-heal. But when you're causing stress and when it's having to work harder in certain areas, it can't self-heal itself, because it's having to use that extra energy and that extra work to keep the heart pumping, to keep the blood flowing. So once the body has a sense of regulation, the body goes like, oh, I have a stable physiology. Your immune system is regulated. Now we're working on your emotional, your physical, and your spiritual facets of your body. So I use acupressure, but acupressure and acupuncture can be used along with Reiki. It might be used along with Reiki. I honestly don't know a lot of healers that do Reiki healers that do use acupuncture and acupressure. Of course, I don't know all the healers in the world, y'all. But I don't know a lot of Reiki healers that use both, because Reiki is just such a powerful tool on its own. You essentially don't have to add other healing methods into it. I typically use acupressure. because acupressure and acupuncture are connected to the body's the meridian, so the body's electromagnetic field, which is basically like your aura. So once the body is in a safe state and the immune system is working well, we're then working on your aura. So Reiki does all that. Reiki is doing all that. So you thinking you just laying there and you in a deep state of meditation, you thinking that you just supposed to see something and be turned all the way loose on that table? No, cells is being regenerated, hormones is being regulated, enzymes is being built. Like the entire body is being rebuilt right there in that hour. So that's why Reiki is one of the first steps of healing, and you need to go get you a session, girl. And why you feel rejuvenated. If you ever had a session, you ever had a Reiki session, you feel rejuvenated, you feel different. It doesn't matter if you're a client or if you don't think you felt anything. 24 to 48 hours after your session, that energy is still working its way in your body. That blood flow is still being accelerated. Everything is still going on in the body. And even though you left and you might not feel anything, the next day when you wake up, you could feel completely new and completely regenerated. And that's why, because Reiki is working so much more than just your mind. So the story of how Reiki was rediscovered is it was written that it was discovered somewhere in Tibet 200,000 years ago. I do this because I feel like each culture had their form of energy healing and Reiki already. I used to really, if you follow me in the beginning of my journey, I was really into Egyptian healing, and the Egyptians have writings and teachings of them doing certain energy healing. And I used to have on my website like pictures of like Egyptians doing healing. It would be like someone or a person or a figure laying down, and then it'll be two figures standing up, and they're putting their hands on the figure or the person that's laying down, insinuating some form of energy healing. And a lot of the African cultures too still today have some sort of energy healing. So I think every culture had some form of energy healing. We do have to give recognition to the Asians, to the Japanese, for where they took Reiki today, because I don't feel like any other culture has taken it to the point where it's at today and have it be so respected. A lot of energy healing and natural things aren't respected much, but the Japanese, the Buddhist monks, the Asians, they have taken it to where it's at today and culturally made it acceptable and made it a way of life. So we definitely have to give them their recognition for what they have done for Reiki, and they definitely have taken it far and given it its love and its energy. And if it wasn't for them, who knows where the energy healing method will be today. Probably rarely practiced. So let's give them their praise. But the story goes, there was a monk from Kyoto by the name of, oh y'all, if I butcher this name, please forgive me. But Mr. Mikoto Uzi was the one who rediscovered it. Basically like this preacher. He was the top of the top lines as far as theology teachers or master teachers. So one day, one of his students, one of his followers asked him, do he believe in the miracles of Christ? And they asked him, well, if Christ's miracles are real, followers of Christ are supposed to be able to heal in the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, or in the name of Christ, but they're not healing. So he was like, that's a good question. Why aren't they able to heal? So he felt like I can't call myself this master teacher if I can't answer my followers' questions. So he went to Buddhist monks known to heal certain diseases and perform healings. And he asked them like, okay, so why aren't Christ's followers able to heal? They're supposed to be able to heal. They were basically like, we just practice relaxation. We just put the body in a state of deep relaxation. Like, we don't know. We just follow the steps of becoming monks, and all we know is we heal. We don't know. He began to go on a search. He's studying Tibetan and Sanskrit, and he's studying Chinese. He's traveled to Indian. He's traveled to India. He's really in search. So he ended up coming across some symbols. So he took those symbols back to the monks, and he's like, what they mean? They like, we don't know. We just know they used to heal. So even though he's studying the language of the symbols, they were written in such ancient writing that he still didn't understand exactly what these symbols are saying and exactly what these symbols meant. And he knew if he's gonna go back home and answer the questions of his students, he's gonna have that question, and he's gonna have to explain what these symbols actually mean and why they are healing symbols. He said, you know what, he told his friend, one of the Buddhist monks, he told them, I'm going out to Mount Koriyama, and I'm going up there for 21 days. If I don't come back in 21 days, come get my body. I'm out. I've been offed. So he go up to the mountain, and he takes a few pebbles with him, and every day he throws a pebble off from the top of the mountain so he can keep track with how many days he's been gone. So on that 21st day, he throws his last pebble, and it was dark outside, and he spoke on how he just saw this ball of light just come and sweep him off his feet, and all of a sudden he knew what these symbols meant, what these symbols stood for. And I'm gonna post the symbols on. They're kind of like these symbols that we use today in Reiki. A lot of Reiki healers would have these on their certification or just around their Reiki room because they represent healing. And I'm gonna play some on the screen for y'all. But apparently he was reborn again. He knew the answers to his questions, and he was feeling like never before. He felt like he wasn't gonna make it on the 20th day, and on his 21st day, he was reborn again. And I think Dr. Savy spoke on fasting for 21 days, if I'm not mistaken.
Where he has mucus in his bones. But what about my cousin? He has AIDS. Where do you have the mucus in his lymphatic system? His blood and his skin. But what about my mother? She's going blind when the mucus is on her eyes. And anywhere that mucus concentrates, it leaves the name of our disease. And the mucus only comes when you have ingested something that did not belong in your body. And if you want a beautiful test, try this one, and then you'll see. Stop eating for 21 days. Just drink water and juices, and if occasionally a fruit or so. Just don't eat anything. At the ending of 21 days, you're going to feel very good. You're going to feel very healthy and strong and light. And then you go and sit in front of some fat bag and a glass of milk, and you're going to be sneezing, and your nose is going to get tight. In fact, many of you sitting in here, noses get tight already.
But yeah, fasting for 21 days can rejuvenate the body and rejuvenate the cells. So it makes sense that he felt reborn again, and he felt like himself. Like he basically did a detox for 21 days. So he's on his way out from the mountain. He's going back to his town. He's gonna tell all his friends. He's gonna tell all his followers what the symbols mean. And on his way through town, he came across a restaurant. So the owner of the restaurant noticed how he hadn't shaved, and he had a really long beard, and he looked really skinny. And I'm gonna call him Mr. Usi. Mr. Usi was like, I want this on the menu, I want that on the menu, I want this and this. He's ordering with his eyes. So the owner of the restaurant is like, you look like you just got done fasting. You can't come off a 21-day fast and eat a feast. Okay, you got to take it slow. He's like, no, I'm gonna be fine. I want what I want. So he orders everything. The owner of the restaurant gets him everything, and it's all that he ate all the food, and it's like it empowered him to have even more energy. So after the restaurant, he's making his way through town, and he sees this little girl who stumped her foot, and she's crying and is bleeding. So intuitively, he goes to the little girl, asks for permission, and he puts his hand over her foot, and it stops bleeding and it stops hurting. So at this point, he's excited. He's excited. He goes and he's healing everyone throughout the town. He's telling everyone what Reiki is, and he's doing it for free. He later realized that people don't appreciate anything that's just given to them, and a lot of his customers was repetitive, and they was doing the same stuff to get them hurt and coming back to get them healed, and he didn't feel valued. He's getting the same customers, he's having to heal the same things over and over, and people are really not appreciating his gift of healing. And he fasted 21 days to be able to get this skill, and you know, he worked really hard. He almost offed himself in order to learn what these symbols, what these Reiki symbols really mean, and people are not appreciating it. And for the first time, he understood what the Buddhist monks say. The Buddhist monks have this saying, it's more important to heal the spirit than the body. So what he decided to do is he decided to make people earn their healing. He decided to take them through some type of course in order to receive that healing, and also gave them the gift to heal. So as he's teaching people, more and more people are passing around the skill. And that's apparently how it made it to the way it is today. So y'all see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like each culture has their form of energy healing, and it's just like Reiki, but might be a different name. Also, if y'all follow my Instagram, I also talked about this years ago on my Instagram on what Reiki does to the body, but it has to be really quick, y'all, because don't nobody want to watch no 2-minute video on Instagram. Everything is quick. So I spoke on it a little bit on my Instagram, if this sounds a little bit familiar, but I was able to go more in depth on here. So make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for listening to me yap and tell my story all with my hands and all sassy like I am. Thank y'all.